Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Thanksgiving Eve. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. For all those that don't live in the United States of America, unfortunately, you're not celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you are. Who knows? Maybe that you are living abroad after you've been in the United States and now you're celebrating Thanksgiving. Who is cooking tomorrow? Give me a 1 in the chat if you are cooking tomorrow. Put a 1 in the chat if you are cooking tomorrow. I want to see who's cooking tomorrow. I'm not. I'm going to my parents' house. All I had to do was buy a pecan pie and some overpriced eggnog from a local. It's really good though. It's worth it. This eggnog is $8 for eggnog, but it's so worth it. It's from a local farm and it's deadly good, this eggnog. I don't have to do anything tomorrow. I've never cooked a turkey in my whole entire life, folks. I like that name, Pumpkin Spice Princess. This is your time of year. That's your time of year. Just chilling. There are a lot of people that are cooking. Yeah, today is the biggest travel day of the whole year. Making sweet potatoes and butternut squash. You know, I don't know about you folks, but I hope I have the hunger for Thanksgiving. My digestive system has been off and I can't eat the way I used to. I used to be able to really pig out and I just can't do it anymore. I just can't eat the way I used to be able to eat. It must be because of the fact that we're upgrading our bodies and where we're going, we're eventually not going to have to eat it all. Most likely. Oh. I'm so happy you liked your year-end forecast reading. So glad, Cat. Hey, Marin, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving, my soul sister. I have never roasted a turkey, never made a turkey in my life. I've always gone to my parents' house or I went to my grandmother's house or my aunt's house. I always went to someone's house. I never had a home where people would come. I always wanted to, but never happened, never quite happened. First of all, there are a lot of people that don't like this time of year. The holidays are a tough time of year for people because everyone expects their lives to be perfect, like a Hallmark Christmas movie, and none of our lives are perfect. None of our lives are like a Hallmark Christmas movie. Everyone's family's fucked up. Everyone's family's dysfunctional. No one's life is perfect. And even if you think that people have a great life and they're happy, 9 times out of 10, they're not. So, but we do it to ourselves. So this is going to be a little different of a type of show tonight. I'm going to give you some inspiration. We're going to talk. And I'm going to give you a little pep talk because I know a lot of people are going to have to be subjected to and around people that they don't really like because it is Thanksgiving. So that means that we have to be around family members that, let's put it this way, we wouldn't be around and we wouldn't be friends with unless we were related to them and we had to. Okay. So we're going to give you a little pep talk about that. It's going to be a little mixture of a little bit of everything. I have some announcements and then we'll get to the show. It's not going to be too long, this show. It's just going to be a fun, lighthearted show. Yeah, dealing with assholes. We're going to have to deal with a lot of assholes tomorrow. So I'll give you pep talk on how to deal with all the assholes that you're related to. All right, folks. So here are the announcements. First and foremost, I will be doing a psychic live on Friday night. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. All right. I'm going to do it this way. Sorry, I have like 105 screens. Okay, so first and foremost, on Friday night, which is Black Friday, I am doing a psychic live. Okay. I already did the thumbnail. Okay. So it's Friday night, but it's going to be early. I'm going on at 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Okay. Because I am doing a Saturday night show. Okay. I am going on Saturday night, which is a little later. My Saturday night show, I always go on at 8 p.m. But on Friday night, which is Black Friday, I'm going on at 7. Okay. Just to let you know, I'm doing year-end prediction readings and yes or no questions. So I will be doing, in lieu of doing general readings, I will be doing year-end prediction readings and yes or no questions. The year-end prediction readings are $20 and the yes or no questions are $10. The live is up, the thumbnail's up, all the links to all the questions and everything is up. Once I do a psychic live, people start buying questions immediately. So everything that you need to purchase a question, everything you need to know is underneath this description of the video. Now, I don't know if it will show here. No, I have to stop sharing my screen and then I have to do it again. Now I am doing a Black Friday sale. The thing is that you can't access this on my website. It's only on my Buy Me a Coffee page and only these links. Okay. You have to use these links in the description of this show. Okay. You go underneath the show. There's a link for each item. Okay. You can gift any of these services that are on sale. We can make a gift card, you just have to let us know when you email Paula. Paula will make you a nice gift card and she can email it to you if you give us the email address or whoever you want to send it to. Okay. Now, like I said before, you cannot just go to my website. You have to use these links. All right. And the links are underneath the description of the show. There is a link for a 30-minute reading. Okay. When you go to it, it's usually $48. It's usually $60. It's 20% off, which is $48. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to share this now. Okay. So if you use the link, okay, a 30-minute reading is usually $60. It's $48. It's a 20% discount. You have to use the link. The sale ends on December 1st. Okay. So December 1st is Tuesday. So that means on Monday night at midnight, it ends. Okay. Now we're going to see if I can go, if it will let me go to the other Buy Me a Coffee page. Will it let me go? Yes, it will. Okay. I'm going to go. Hold on. It's going to let me go. All right, so I'm going to show you all the discounts. All right, so we see discounts. Here we go. So here's all the active discounts. Okay, here we go. Let's see. In the 1 hour, let me see if it will let me do the 1 hour tarot reading. No, it's not going to let me. All right, you know what, folks? I'm going to do it this way. All right, here we go. All right, so a 30-minute tarot reading is $48. Now, the 1 hour tarot reading and the 1 hour soul therapy session, they're usually $111. 20% off of that is $88.88. So if you want to get a 1 hour soul therapy, which is a spiritual counsel session for 20% off, it's usually $111. 20% off is $88.88. In the description, there is a link for a 1 hour soul therapy session, which is a spiritual counseling session, and a 1 hour tarot reading. Again, in order to get the 20% discount off of my 1-hour sessions and my 30-minute sessions, you have to use the links in the description of this show because it's not on my website. And that is until Monday. Excuse me. It's till December 1st. That offer is valid until December 1st, which is this coming Tuesday. Can you believe it? Ooh, Tina. Tina, are you still up across the pond there? Are you still awake? It's very late there across the pond. Let me know if you're still there, my soul sister. You still there, Tina? Because I want to read something if you're still there. If you're watching, it will be even better. Speaking of Tina, this beautiful, wonderful person, Tina Lumisol, okay? You're here. Okay, here we go. She wrote this most beautiful poem that she sent to me and a few of the other soul sisters. Okay, you know that we have a Soul Sister Sunday. It's me, Azria, Peyton, and Kate Sterling. Okay, and Tina is part of this group. Tina's from the UK. Okay, Tina, when I went to the UK, she treated me like a queen. I'm telling you, she treated me like a queen. I stayed with her. She paid for everything. She treated me like a queen. Anyway, she knows it's Thanksgiving. And so Tina wrote this beautiful, beautiful message. I have to put my glasses on because I'm reading it from my phone. Okay, this beautiful, beautiful message to all her United States soul sisters. Okay, and here we go. This is what she said. And I have her permission to read this. And this is just beautiful because this is how we feel about all of our soul family. Okay, here we go. In this season of golden light and gratitude, I bow to the divine in all you, my soul sisters, not of blood, but of spirit, woven together by invisible threads that shimmer between our hearts. You are the mirrors who reflect our truths back to each other, the witnesses to our unfolding, the sacred circle where we can lay down or take up our armor and simply be. We have held this space for each other's shadows and light, with hands that know how to hold without grasping. Thank you for seeing me and each other, and not just the surface we show to the world, but the luminous essence beneath, the spark of the eternal that lives in these, our temporary bones. Thank you for your collective protective knowledge, divine wild wisdom, teachings and validation of the unseen, for your fierce compassion, your gentle reminders that we are never walking alone, that the universe conspires in our favor. Together we are a constellation, each of us a star with our own light, yet brighter for the way we illuminate each other. I love this. This is beautiful. Guiding one another home. On this day of Thanksgiving and always, I honor the sacred gifts of our sisterhood, My soul sisters, my fellow travelers in search of authenticity, my beloveds of the journey of awakening, may our roots grow deeper. May our love grow wider. May we continue to rise and be wise together. Grateful, blessed, and eternally connected. Namaste, my beautiful souls. I love you all. Just, Tina, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, Tina. That is so beautiful, Tina. One of the most beautiful things I have ever read, Tina. I'm reclumped. I love you, Tina. You are a sacred soul. I feel the same way about you. And I wanted to read that, and I asked Tina for permission to read that because that's how I feel about so many of you. We're not related by blood, but look how we are there for each other. Look how we are there for each other. We tell each other things that we wouldn't even tell sometimes our partners, our mates, our husbands, our wives, the people that are sleeping next to us. Yeah, Tina's in the chat. Isn't that beautiful? Let her know how beautiful that was. If you love that poem, let Tina know in the chat, because Tina's very humble. Sorry, I'm blowing my nose on screen because I'm all reclamped. There are so many things that happen to us being the black sheep in all of our families, and probably sometimes in our friend group and all the people that are in our physical lives. But look at how grateful and thankful that we can be, that we have each other. It doesn't matter that we're not a physical blood, that we don't share DNA. Our souls know each other. Our souls are family. We really, really are soul family. So I just want to say how grateful and thankful I am of all you. It's amazing how you can feel so connected, how you could be so uplifted by people that you've never met in person. I've met Asri in person and I've met Tina in person. There are many people that I talk to on a daily basis that I'm very, very close to, that I've met through this channel, that I have never met in person. And I don't know what I would do without them. Exactly. So if you are not celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, or you're feeling left out or feeling less than because you don't have a place to go or you don't have a big family, just know, first of all, you're not alone. Second of all, it's just a holiday. I know I'm saying Thanksgiving Eve special and we're talking about Thanksgiving, but it's more so about being thankful and grateful for the people in your life than it is about a friggin' holiday. Okay? I just want to let you know that no one has a perfect life. Nobody does. Even people that have big, beautiful homes and big, beautiful families, they have their issues. They have their struggles. So I just want to let everyone know that if you are feeling less than or feeling alone, you're not. So many of us would feel alone if we didn't have this soul tribe. Family is not just blood. Family is not just DNA. Family is where your heart is. Family are the people that are there for you through thick and thin. Family are the people that don't judge you when you're having the bad day, that love you unconditionally, that let you be you, that listen to you, that don't think you're crazy when you talk about things that might not be of the physical world. Family is so much more than blood. So if you feel that you have nothing to be thankful for, if you are in this chat, you have family. You are part of the soul tribe. We're not an elite group. As long as you're not an asshole or a troll, everyone is welcome. And hello, Tammy C. I've been seeing you in the chat. I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to Tammy C. She's on Troll Patrol. Just a man-made holiday. That's right. And we're not going to let a holiday, a man-made holiday, make you feel less than, because you know you get your worth from God. You get your worth from being here. You know why you're worthy and you're loved? Because you exist. You're here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't worthy and you weren't loved. Thankful for the soul tribe. All right, folks. So, a few things that I want to go over. Okay, so Over the weekend, I should say over the last few days, we had a major, major timeline jump. Now, I don't know about you. Let me know in the chat. Okay, all of us, none of us, I shouldn't say, most of us have not been sleeping. Okay, most of us don't sleep. If we do sleep, we sleep for a few hours, then we get up. Or we all of us are getting up in the middle of the night. We're not getting quality sleep. Okay. But one of the things that I've noticed over the last couple of days, since there was that blackout in the Schumann resonance. Now, I don't know if you've actually heard this, but there was a blackout in the Schumann resonance a few days ago. There was a blip. Some people say it was man-made. I got something different, which I'm going to show the video about. I'm going to show the video regarding this blip in the Schumann resonance. Okay. I'm going to show a video from Consciously Erin. Everyone knows she does the daily Schumann resonance, and she's going to speak about this blip. Now, when it comes to time, and let me know in the chat if this is happening to you. I'm losing blocks of time. It will feel like 5 minutes, and I'm doing something for 5 minutes, and the next thing you know, it will be an hour. I'll do something that I swear to God only took 30 minutes, and then I look in the clock and it's 2 hours. Things are slowing down. Sometimes it will seem like 5 minutes and then an hour will pass. And then vice versa. I'm losing blocks of time. Time is absolutely, we've always known that time isn't linear, but we're used to time not being linear on the other side. We're used to time not being linear when we're let's like beyond space and time, when we're in the astral or on the other side in Spiritville. But I have to tell you, time has really not been linear this week. And ever since the 11/11 portal a few weeks ago, I've really noticed that time is crazy. Yep. People too. Yep. Everyone's saying it. Yep. Same thing happening to you. You're losing blocks of time. Okay. So I'm not the only one. So let me know in the chat if you're losing blocks of time. If you feel like time is crazy and you thought it was just you and you're going nuts, you're like, go. No, you're not going nuts. It's not you. We are going through a timeline shift. Okay. And what happened, ever since we jumped timelines a few days ago, time has not been fluid. Okay. I feel it started during the 11/11 portal. That's when it really, let's face it, time has sped up. Okay. It's true. Time has sped up over the last few years, and every spiritual teacher, guru, anyone who's in the know will say that they literally have sped up time. Okay. Time literally has sped up because they want to get us to our ascension. Okay. The whole goal is for ascension. Okay. But ever since a couple of weeks ago, it has really, really been crazy. I've noticed over the past few years, and everyone has noticed, that literally time has sped up. An hour is not an hour anymore. It's completely different. And like I said, there's been many spiritual gurus that will back me up. But the last couple of weeks, forget it. And then with this timeline jump that happened a couple of days ago, time is really, really crazy. Okay, so everyone in the chat is saying they're exhausted. They're not sleeping. And even if they do sleep, they're getting up exhausted. And everyone in the chat, well, you can see the chat on the bottom right. Everyone's basically saying the same thing, that time's been crazy for them too. All right, folks. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to give you the little scuttlebutt about the Schumann resonance. We're going to do we're not going to watch the whole video. We're going to share the screen. We're going to have Consciously Erin's going to talk about this little timeline blip, and then I'm going to show the video. I did a read about this on my video that I did with Laura this week. I didn't share the video on my channel. I did for like 5 minutes, and then I forgot to tell Paula to do an edit that I needed. So the video that I did with Laura is not available on my channel. It's not available on her channel, but I'm going to share it. Okay. All right, here we go, folks. So this is Consciously Erin, and she's going to tell us about the little timeline blip in the Schumann resonance. I'll be back.
Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann Resonance Report for Wednesday, November the 26th. All right, you guys, how are you feeling? So the first thing I want to show you is this little video letting you know that little piece that keeps appearing and disappearing on the graph is still happening. See, there it is right up there. It has stayed at this end of the graph, right? And in meditation this morning, what I heard is because our future as a collective is so in flux right now that it's only laying down energy like 1 hour at a time or something like that. It was very much a feeling of things are so in flux and in such a state of change that the timeline itself is still wobbling a little bit. That's what I received this morning. I looked on the graph and it sure is still doing that. So I wanted to come on and tell you guys that first thing. And we can talk about what's on the graph. We have a lot of big white energy that started to come in yesterday. Here is a closer view. This started in earnest at about 10 p.m. Central Time and is continuing even now. There is a piece of this graph that lays itself down and then disappears that has more white energy on it. So we're still receiving this white energy. I want to call to your attention this, and this. Don't see it hardly ever.
As I've traveled the world, I've seen how we've become lost in not having.
This pattern of energy right here along this harmonic is incredibly rare, even with the big white energy. If you go back and look at videos when I show you big white energy, it does not normally hit these harmonics as well. That is incredibly unusual, strange, something different is happening with this energy. And we go back to the earthquake graph where we still have this pattern. The pattern is not staying steady. The pattern is shifting and changing ever since it started. It stays in one pattern for a little bit and then it shifts. As you can see right now, it's very tight, very close together here. Here, it's much more spread out. This is a picture I took yesterday afternoon at about 6 p.m. Central Time. The whole reason I came on and took this picture is because out of nowhere, I got an incredible headache. Like so bad that I felt like I couldn't keep my eyes open. And it was almost like someone turned a dial up in my house. I go to the graph and this is what I'm looking at. What is this? Something in that pattern changed and it 100% had an impact on me. There is zero other explanation. And the only variable that changed was this graph. Just to remind you, this is what it looks like now. I don't know what this is. I have received zero information about it. What I understand from my guides, my meditations about this is that it is some sort of man-made signal. I don't feel like it's malicious in nature. I don't think anyone's trying to hurt us, but I think they're doing something that they don't necessarily understand the implications of. That's the best way I have to explain what I'm receiving. I am very hesitant to say it's any one thing because I simply don't know. What I do know is this is affecting me and that the timeline graph is doing weird stuff. And that I have felt strange for like 3 days now. Time feels strange. I feel like I'm forgetting what day it is. I'm forgetting entire conversations. I'm having missing chunks of time. I physically feel very strange sometimes. The buzzing in my ear has been ridiculously loud. I don't know how to explain what's going on, but it is matching the graphs and the feeling of something weird is happening. When we look at our Italian graph this morning, we have a little bit of grumbles across the bottom, but barely anything. I don't expect today to have a whole lot of triggers in it. So that's a nice break to have, especially with everything else going on. And our
Okay, folks. So very interesting. So I wanted to play that because I watch her every day to get the Schumann resonance report. Now, as as I was saying, she was also talking about how she's missing chunks of time. She feels very weird. She feels like she's missing conversations. Time is weird. Just everything just seems weird. And I just wanted to play that. And I agree. That's what's been happening to me as well. Now, the only thing, I got something different. Now, I'm not saying that she's wrong or I'm right or vice versa. I'm just saying that I got something different. Now, I did a read on Laura's View in Tarot 2 on Monday, because Laura was speaking about the timeline. She was under the impression that blackout was a timeline jump. Okay. So I asked and I did a read on Laura's View in Tarot 2 on Monday, and I will link the video underneath the show in the description of the show. When the show is over, I'll link that video. Anyways, what I got was something completely different. I got that it was interference, but it wasn't man-made, and it definitely wasn't malevolent, but they knew exactly what they're doing. So I have it all. Let's see. I have it all hooked up to when it starts. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share the video of me on Laura's View in Tarot 2 for this reading. So hold on. I'll be back. All right. So let's ask about the timeline jump. And if we collapsed one timeline and went to a higher timeline, that would be epic. And I kind of think we did. So let's ask. Here we go. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, is the reason why the Schumann resonance went down. Basically, it was not being registered anywhere around the world. Was it because we collapsed timelines and we jumped from a lower timeline to a higher timeline, and more specifically, the ascension timeline? So the yes or no question is, was the Schumann resonance down over the weekend because we jumped the timeline and went from a lower to a higher timeline? Yes and no. And anything else, whoops, I'll put those aside, that will bring clarity and understanding to this question, Almighty God and Yeshua. Now I'm going to take these out because they fell out. Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. All right, so knights are news. All right, knights are news. And I'm also getting, this is very interesting. I do think it was spiritual, but I think there was some kind of human intervention with that timeline. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we got two knights. So I'm getting that there's interdimensional beings that work along with the Galactic Federation of Worlds. They're part of like the secret military. They're working along with our military. I'm getting that there was intervention. There's two knights that fell out here. So I'm getting there were spiritual, extraterrestrial. I'm getting six-dimensional beings that, again, that work with our Galactic Federation of Worlds, that work with the secret space program, that actually did something to infiltrate. I will say infiltrate, kind of instigate whatever happened. So that's interesting. I'm going to put those to the side here, okay, and see what else we got. All right, we got 10 of Swords, ooh, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, the Hermit card, and the 6 of Swords. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to try to get these so that we can see these better. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm getting that. With the 10 of Swords, I'm getting that we're suffering so many losses, okay? I'm getting that the beings, the fifth and sixth dimensional beings that are looking after our ascension, the ones that are cloaked around our earth now, that are in spaceships, they've seen that we've suffered a tremendous loss, okay? Loss of life, loss of our energy. And I'm getting that the principalities, the dark principalities, most of them are pretty much off of this world, but there is still some negative and dark energy that was going to try to squash our ascension, try to stop it, try to end it. So in order to speed up the ascension because we've done a lot of work. I'm getting that they did something with the energy. These beings that came out, you saw them, these cards fell out. I'm getting that they did something with the Schumann resonance. I'm getting they did something with the earth, and I'm getting okay, this is wild, but I'm going to go with it. I'm getting they stopped time. They hired and that was the stop in the Schumann resonance. They actually stopped our time. So that was the blip. And they did something with their energies. They generously raised the vibration of the earth in order to speed up our ascension. This is because we as human beings, the ones like you and I, the people that watch my channel and Laura's channel here, we have done our work. We've ascended. We have done so much spiritually. All the truthers, all the spiritual ones that are awake, we are in the know. And because we have done our spiritual work, it's almost like the 100th monkey effect. And because we did our work, we helped raise the collective vibration. So because we all did our work, the powers that be decided that they were going to help speed up our ascension. Okay. Now we also got the Hermit card. Now the Hermit card is that this was happening behind the scenes. This is also intergalactic beings. And this also is, again, kind of confirming that things were stopped, hermited, slowed down. So I'm getting they actually stopped the earth. They paused time and did something, some kind of energetic upgrade. All right. And again, this is our rite of passage because we got the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is all about our rite of passage. It's going from the dark into the light, and it was sped up. So that's what I'm getting, Laura, so far. All right, so here's the recap. These fell out during our question about whether or not there was a timeline upgrade and a timeline collapse. These fell out. So this means that this was not something that just happened on Earth, like the Earth didn't do it herself. We had interdimensional galactic help from galactic beings that intervened. And the reason why they're doing this is because we've done our work. We've done our spiritual work, those that are awake, and they wanted to speed up the timeline. They wanted to speed up the timeline to our ascension. So there was very much a pausing and a stopping of one timeline. They actually stopped the earth. They stopped time. They upgraded us because the dark hats, the bad people, they were trying to stop our ascension. And because we were so good and we did our work, they stopped time, literally stopped time to speed up our ascension. So there was an absolute collapse of a timeline. They stopped time. They ended the old timeline to the old, and we are on the new ascension timeline, 1000%, Laura. Sorry, I was on mute. I know. How do you like them apples? So they literally stopped time. So I got the Schumann resonance. The big blip was that they actually paused time, and we literally jumped timelines. So if you feel as if time is wobbly, wonky, if you feel like you're missing conversations, if you feel like you did something and then you go back, it isn't done, or people aren't remembering conversations, or people are remembering things differently, it's not you. You're not crazy. You're not losing it. There was a big timeline jump. And folks, this is phenomenal news. If the galactic beings, the ones that are helping us with our ascension, thought that we did our work and wanted to reward us, so much so that they stopped time and helped us speed up our ascension, what phenomenal news. And I also got with that reading, as you know, that they did it because not that they can stop it, because we're going to ascend. There's nothing really, anything that they can do to stop it. However, you know that the powers that be, the most of the dark hat principalities, most of the really baddie of the bads, let's say, are really gone from this earth, the really depraved evil ones, but there are still some minions still left around, and there are still demons still left around. There are still some dark astral entities and dark principalities that are still around. So we do have to be careful of them, and they're going to try to stop our ascension. And because of people like us that did all of the work, it's like the 100 monkey effect. Even though not everyone is awake, that not everyone has awakened, because we have done our work. People like us, what happens is that we are bringing upon this like mass awakening. And if people don't know what the 100 monkey effect is, I'm sure everyone does, but I'll give you a brief summary of it just in case you don't know. There was a study done on an island where monkeys, all of a sudden, they taught monkeys how to use utensils to eat. And then in a remote island, thousands and thousands of miles away, even though these monkeys never met, they had nothing to do with each other, the same species, all of a sudden started to use rocks and sticks as utensils, the way that the researchers taught the monkeys on the remote island, meaning that the same species, they share this quantum, they're part of this called quantum entanglement, basically, meaning that a certain species, even though they've never met, they share the same quantum cells, and there's a quantum entanglement with their cells. So what's happening now is because people like us, people that watch this channel, people that watch Laura's channel, because we've done our spiritual work, we've gone through our black night of the souls, we've done our inner child work, we've gone through the dark night, we've healed our inner wounds, because we are willing to look at ourselves and do the spiritual and psychological and therapeutic work. We are helping bring upon the ascension. We're helping raise the collective vibration. More people will wake up, and we have sped up the ascension. So, yay to us. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, shall we? I want to do it longer. One more time, because you deserve it. You guys deserve it. How awesome are you? You heard that would happen. Yes, you heard that would happen. It's okay that you're late. You're here. Folks, how phenomenal. How phenomenal is that? So, I just want to let you know, give yourself a break. We're constantly focusing on the things that we have to do. We're focusing on our faults. We're focusing on our struggles. We're focusing on our problems, our issues. But just for the next couple of days, I have an assignment for you. God and Yeshua have an assignment for you. Focus on how far you have come. Focus on how you have grown and how strong you are. Think about how you were a year ago and how more evolved and spiritually grown you are now. Think about how you got triggered about things, even, let's say, 6 months ago, that don't trigger you now. Think about your self-esteem a year ago, or where you were even 6 months ago to where you are now. It's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's about you progressing. It's about you evolving. It's about you growing and getting better and better. It's about you getting up every morning and putting the past behind you and letting the you of the day prior die. You waking up a new person every day. Leaving the past behind and becoming the person that you want to be. It's making choices. This ascension is not something where you just sit on a couch eating popcorn, watching television. We're not waiting for a savior to save us. We are part of this ascension. Just as I spoke about that we doing our work, we are affecting the collective consciousness and we are bringing upon the ascension. We don't have to sit around and wait for anybody. We don't have to wait for galactic beings. We don't have to wait for a solar flash. Every time we make a decision with our higher self, every day that we get up and we no longer identify with our problems, our struggles, or our old selves, every day that we get up and we are no longer the victims, we're no longer depressed and anxious, we're no longer letting old circumstances and things that happen to us and PTSD and trauma control us. Every day that we get up, no matter how we're hurting physically, no matter how tired we are physically or emotionally, no matter how we hurt and stressed and tired we are emotionally, physically, spiritually, every time we keep going, we speed up our ascension, we help the collective, and we become our higher selves. So many people feel powerless because we're waiting for these big events, and these big events are going to happen. Whether or not you believe there's a solar flash, whether you think there's, some people think there's a rapture. I think basically there's going to be a solar flash. I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. I think it's going to be a light, a sound, a vibration. I think that what's going to happen, me personally, and I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but me personally, I feel like what's happening is that there's a progression. We are exponentially raising our vibration. We are ascending each day, each second of every day. That's why the Schumann resonance is going off the charts. That's why we're getting intensive solar flares or CME, massive, what is it called? Coronal massive ejections. It kind of sounds dirty. It kind of sounds like something would happen in a porn movie, but I digress. Okay. We're raising our vibration exponentially. So what I feel it's going to happen when I'm getting intuitively, and I'm not saying I'm right. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I think what's going to happen is that we're going to get to a certain point, and then all of a sudden there's going to be a massive event where there's sound, light, vibration, everything. We're going to hear it, we're going to see it, and we're going to feel it. And that's going to be the solar flash. But I think what's happening is that it's taking a little bit, and incrementally we're raising our vibration incrementally, or where our DNA is slowly being activated. Because I keep on getting, every time I ask God and Yeshua, that if it, people want it to happen like in an instant, but if it happened in an instant, our bodies would disintegrate, our bodies would explode, because there's no way that we can go from carbon-based to crystalline overnight. So I'm getting that everything has to happen slowly and incrementally. And then it's going to get to a certain point that the earth and us on the earth, because we're on the earth and we share the same earth with Mother Gaia, we all get to a certain vibration. And then the evil ones, or the people that are on low vibration that are not going to ascend right now, they're going to be blipped off to another 4D planet, or they're going to pass on, they're going to die. And then it's going to get to a certain point that we're going to have to ascend. And what's going to happen is that the evil is going to be eviscerated from this earth, because Mother Gaia is going to ascend. God is going to shine so much light upon this earth that the evil ones are not going to be able to stay here. They're not going to stay here. They're going to disintegrate, because their vibration is so low that they're going to die, or just boop, they're just going to blow up or disintegrate, because their vibration is so low. So it's going to come to a certain point that these evil ones are not going to be able to stay. And that's why people are dropping dead. People are dropping dead left and right. You notice that so many evil people are going, it's because they can't sustain the vibration of the earth. The more that the earth vibrates, the more the evil ones, the dark ones that are a low vibration, they can't sustain this level and they will be gone. And that is why the angel of death is upon this earth, to get rid of and clear out the demons, clear, kind of like take out the trash. God and has the angel of death to kind of like take out the trash of all the evil ones to make way for the good. Now, there are going to be a lot of people that aren't evil, that are good people, that are loving, godly people that might pass on, because that is part of their contract. Some people are contractually obligated. They decided that they weren't going to ascend, that they were going to leave at this time. I always say it's not between, it has nothing to do with us. Whether or not people want to stay or go, it's between them and God. Every person has a few exit points where you can decide whether you want to go to the other side or not. Whether or not you stay is between you and God. Okay? All right, folks. I wanted to share another beautiful, inspiring poem slash, it's not really a poem. It's kind of a poem, but it's words of wisdom by somebody that I follow all the time. Her name is Carrie Kay. You all follow her, I'm sure. She's from South Africa. She's on YouTube. She's on all social media platforms. She is unbelievable, and she has so much wisdom. She's helped me out tremendously. This is from Carrie Kay. When you finally stop molding yourself to keep the peace, something powerful awakens inside of you. Truth-telling isn't about confrontation. It's about alignment. It's about choosing integrity over approval, authenticity over appeasement, and your voice over silence. Being the one they remember doesn't come from perfection or politeness. It comes from honoring what's real, even when your voice trembles, even when it costs you comfort, even when others don't understand. Your truth has a frequency, and some people will only hear it once you speak it. And then I love this. Be the one they remember, not for keeping the peace, but for telling the truth, even when your voice shook. It's all about authenticity, folks. Sometimes you have to rustle a little feathers and tell the truth lovingly in order to be who you are. Now, folks, let's talk about how to deal with the assholes tomorrow. A lot of you are going to be around people that, let's say, might not be of your political persuasion, that might be completely asleep, so much asleep that you think that they're in fucking comas. People that are clueless, that have their heads in the sand like ostriches, you know, the kind that watch CNN and MSNBC and still believe that the pandemic really happened and that getting a booster will help you. You know, the ones that believe that the mainstream media is telling the truth. People that have no clue, that think that our governments and people in power wants what's best for us. Those type of people. I have words of advice for you. Don't let them rattle your chain. Your job at this point is not to wake up anybody, okay? Let me repeat that. Your job right now is to not wake up anybody, okay? People will wake up when they're meant to wake up. And if they haven't woken up by now, they will wake up when it's time for them to wake up. A lot of people that are, let's say, they're not completely brainwashed, will wake up during the exposures and disclosures. There are a lot of people, a lot of patriots, a lot of people that are, like, say, that are in the MAGA movement. They're part of the 17th letter, or they're just a lot of people that are Trump supporters or Republicans, like my parents. They're not fully awake. They don't know about clones. They don't know about the evil. I try to tell them. These people will wake up in time. These people will wake up very soon. But they're not going to wake up by us telling them. They're not going to wake up by us trying to shove things down their throats that they don't want to believe or they don't understand. They're not going to wake up by us arguing, and it's going to do nothing but cause fights and friction and low vibe. So tomorrow, when you're at Thanksgiving dinner, don't try to convince people of anything. Don't try to wake people up. It's not your job. As I said, people will wake up when they're meant to wake up. If people are talking politics, walk away, change the subject. You don't have to talk to them. Tell them you don't want to talk about politics. Tell them you want to talk about other things. If people start to bring up conversations and make you feel uncomfortable, you have every right to tell them that you don't want to talk about anything. You have every right to tell people how you feel. If somebody is, let's say, disrespecting you or belittling you, you have every right to assert yourself. You have every right to tell people not to treat you that way. So tomorrow, how to deal with the assholes in your life? Basically, it's not letting them get to you. You can be assertive. You can teach people how to treat you, but you don't want to ever let them get you upset. I know this is crazy. This is crazy coming from Lady D. Okay, me. I love to troll. I troll trolls. But that's how I get out my aggressions. That's how I deal with people. I have fun trolling trolls. Some people walk away and turn the other cheek. Everyone's a little different, but basically, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that don't let people get to you. If you want to be condescending and sarcastic and give them a little trolling back, if you want to insult them back, as long as you're not yelling and screaming, and as long as you're laughing and you have the upper hand, do it. The bottom line is that you don't want to give these assholes any of your negative energy. You don't want to give them any loosh, because a lot of these assholes have attachments. All right? The reason why they act like assholes is because they have demonic attachments. They're narcissists. They're self-centered. They could be alcoholics, drug addicts, sex addicts, porn addicts, whatever the case may be. People don't have to be fully possessed like the exorcist in order to have attachments. We know that the dark is working overtime now to get to those of the light. And how does the dark work overtime to get to those of the light? They get to us through the people that we love, the people that are near and dear to us. So tomorrow, if you are around narcissists and selfish and assholes and people that like to point the fingers and try to put you down, and people that are passive aggressive and condescending, you don't have to let them steal your power. You don't have to give the dark in them any loosh. You can be assertive. You can stand your ground. You can be cool, calm, and collected. You can troll them back. You can tell them to fuck off. But as long as you do it with a smile on your face and never let them see you sweat, don't let them upset you. That's how you deal with the assholes in your life. You never let them disrespect you. You always confront them, but you can do it in an assertive and calm way. The bottom line is that you don't want to let them upset you. Now, if there is a situation where You can't assert yourself in a calm and cool and collected manner where you try to turn the other cheek, or you try to let them know that their behavior is crossing boundaries, or it's disrespectful, or it's inappropriate. And you've established your boundaries, and you're letting people know that you're not going to, you're not going to accept it, and you don't appreciate it, and they still disrespect you, and they still cross your boundaries, and they still keep it up. Then you can do one thing: get up and leave. I can't tell you how many Christmases and how many Thanksgivings, when I told my family that I didn't like the way they were treating me, I didn't like the way that they were speaking to me, and I thought it was disrespectful and rude. And then they disrespected me even more, and they told me I was being crazy, and they didn't like the boundaries. I just said, fine. I got my coat, got the fuck up and left. You can do that too. The bottom line is that you are in control. Whether you stay, whether you go, you're in control. Now, there are some families, and I've done a lot of soul therapy sessions this week with Thanksgiving, because there are a lot of people that have to deal with a lot of assholes. Oh, hello. Hi, Ocean. How are you? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Ocean. Ocean's here, spreading his cheer. Ocean's here, spreading his cheer. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it happens all the time. But bump. All right. Now, I did have a few clients that did not want to spend Thanksgiving with their families, and they said no. And their mother guilted them. You know what I told them? No, don't be guilted. If you don't want to go, then don't go. No is a complete sentence. Why don't you want to come to Thanksgiving? Because I don't want to. I want to spend home. No, I just want to spend time at home. I want to spend it at home. I don't want to. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. Don't let people guilt you. There's something about the holidays in which people that are grown adults, they let their parents and they let their families or even their grown children guilt them. This is all about you. The end of this year and this holiday season, I want to remind you that it's all about you. It's not about making other people happy. It's about making you happy. It's not about appeasing other people. It's about appeasing you. It's not about other people's comfort. It's about your comfort. It's not about other people's feelings. It's about your feelings. Way too long, we have been taught that we have to appease everyone. We have to think about other people first. And I'm not saying be a self-centered, narcissistic asshole. And I know that if you're watching this show now in the replay, you're not. I'm saying this because so many of us, we put other people's feelings, emotions, comfort above our own. And we have to stop it. We are not going to get love, respect, or dignity, or we're not going to be put first and be considered if we don't consider ourselves. So tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day, I want you to remember, and I want you to make a pact to yourself. Put you first. I know you have to, there are some of us that have to care for elderly or care for your children. I understand that you have to be selfless when it comes to that, and you have to take care of your children and your families. If you're care for somebody who's dependent on you. I'm talking emotionally, psychologically. Tomorrow can be a very, very tough day. So I want you to do your homework. Put yourself first. Just because you're going to Thanksgiving doesn't mean you have to spend the whole day. You can go, eat, have your dessert, chew and screw, and then leave. The bottom line is that many people stress and they get all anxious because they feel that they're not in control, that they have to be polite or they have to do what their family members want or expect of them. This is not business as usual. This is about you honoring you. You being you, you being authentic, and you being true to yourself. So tomorrow, it's all about you. You put your feelings first. You put your comfort first. You put your happiness first. You put you first. If this is a situation where you feel uncomfortable, someone's disrespecting you, or there's a fight coming on, or there's a difference of opinion, you can get up and walk away. You don't have to engage. You don't have to engage in any situation or any conversation that you don't feel comfortable with. If you want to change the subject with somebody, you can say, I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk religion. I'm going to change the subject now. If it is getting way, way intense, if people are fighting and the energy's bad or off, or you don't feel comfortable, you can leave at any time. Don't let the holidays be a burden on you. You control it. You control it. Thanksgiving is all about being thankful. It's not about fucking turkeys. It's not about pigging out. It's not about eating until your gut bursts. It's not about feeling left out or inviting everyone in the world and having to have 1 million people around to feel that you're worthy or you're successful or that you're someone. Let Thanksgiving be about being thankful. Being thankful for everything that you have, for every person in your life, for every dollar that's in your bank account, for every belonging that you have, for the fact that you're healthy, for the fact that you can see, that you can hear, that you can taste, that you can smell, that you can walk, for every blessing that you have. Don't let the holidays make you feel less than. Because this season is really, really tough. And I've done it, mea culpa, I've done it to myself. I'm not immune. There are many, many holidays that even though I know better, I know that what happens to us does not define who we are. And how many people surround us does not define who we are. And what has happened to us in our past and the way people have treated us does not define who we are. But the holidays, always because of media and Hollywood and traditions and family, it's always like the holidays, there's a big spotlight on your life. And this big spotlight shines on everything that is unsightly, everything that's ugly, everything that should be in the dark and you don't want a light on. And it shows every little crack, every little impurity in your life and in your family life. Don't let it do that. Be grateful. Even if it's just grateful that you're having turkey dinner. Be grateful and thankful for every day. I know a lot of us have been through a lot this year. This year has sucked ass. I wouldn't want to go through it again. And I know I'm not the only one because there's so many that have suffered a lot of loss. And the reason why this has happened is because God is getting us ready for the next step. Even if you've had a terrible year like I've had, and you've suffered a lot of loss and betrayal and backstabbing and heartache and struggles, just know that there's a silver lining in everything that you've gone through, and that it has made you the badass, tough, courageous, light worker, light warrior, soldier on the front line for God that you are. Everything that you've been through, every struggle that you've been through this year has taught you a lesson, has taught you how strong you are, has taught you that nothing can defeat you. And want to know how I know why? Because you're still here. You are still here. You still got up this morning. Nothing has defeated you. So again, I want you to focus on how far you've come, on what you've been through, what you've accomplished, what you have achieved, what you've survived this year and in your life. Instead of looking at all the horrible things and all the trauma and all the bad things that has happened to you and all the betrayal and the bad things that people have done to you, think about the fact that you've survived it. And look, you're still here. You're still standing. They tried to knock you down, but you got back up. Look at you. Look at how far you've come. Look at how magnificent you are. Focus on how far you've come. Focus on, wow, I am not the same person that I was a year ago or 6 months ago or even a month ago. Look how much I've changed. Look how much I've evolved. Look how much I've grown. Look how strong I am. Look what a badass, courageous bitch I am. Give yourself a hug. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself the kudos and the clap and the pat on the back that you would give your best friend. You are becoming the best version of yourself. Hell, you already are the best version of yourself. You are slowly acknowledging it. And folks, it's not so much that we are changing. It's more so that we are remembering who we are. We are remembering who we are. And we are not the past. We are not the labels that people put on us. We're not our professions. We're not our roles that we are to people. We're not the amount of money in our bank accounts. We're not mothers and we're not fathers. We're not psychics. We're not doctors. We're not teachers. We're not brothers. We're not sisters. We're not mothers. We're not friends. We are nameless. What we really are is not these meat suits. We're not the labels. We're not our names. We're not our stories. We're characters. We are infinite light beings playing these characters in these meat suits. We are infinite. We are spirits, souls in bodies. That's who we are. We need to remember that. When we remember that, we won't take ourselves too seriously. And we won't take our lives so seriously. Meaning that if we lose our job, if we lose a loved one, or if someone leaves us, we know that we still have worth. We don't identify with all of these 3D human constructs because we know that if I lost my job, I'm still worthy. That if I change a role, I'm still worthy, meaning that, let's say if I got my identity of being an executive assistant all these years, which I did, and then I was laid off, and now I'm not an executive assistant, who am I? If I'm a wife and I get a divorce, I'm no longer a wife. Who am I? We know that we are so much more than the roles, the labels that this physical world has put on us. Remember that. And the last thing I want to say that's going to make this holiday season a little easier is just to know it's temporary. This too shall pass. Just know that everything that we can touch is temporary. It's temporal. what's real and what's infinite and forever is who we are inside these meat suits. So if you're going through a tough time, if you're in this awkward in between, if you're really, really suffering, it too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever other than the love of God and our souls. Yes, I like that. I like that, Michelle Richardson. I agree. I don't like being dictated when to celebrate, when time to change the script. Absolutely. Absolutely. You all are so phenomenal. There's a lot of love. We are so blessed with the Soul Tribe family. I'm a badass bitch in a good way. That's right. There you go. I'm the best version of myself there has ever been, past, present, and future. All right, my Soul Tribe family. This was a little different show. Oh, I'm going to pull one card. Actually, I'm going to pull 3 cards to see how your Thanksgiving's going to be. All right. I am going to be on Friday night, on Black Friday, to do a psychic live. If you want to purchase questions now, the thumbnail's there. People start purchasing questions right away. I'm going to do a little Sufi wisdom advice card, and to see how your Thanksgiving is going to be. And then we're going to end the show. Do something a little different tonight. Okay. And this is the Sufi Oracle card. Okay. Here we go. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, what advice, words of wisdom do you have for the Soul Tribe family, anyone that's watching now live or in the replay, for their Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow? What advice do you have for those that are watching for tomorrow on Thanksgiving? What say you, Almighty God and Yeshua? Okay, here we go. Speak out. It says, communicate and solve the conflicts. So this is all about what we spoke about before. Don't be afraid to be assertive. If somebody is doing something, here's that card. Isn't it a beautiful card? I don't think I've ever picked this card. I've had this deck for about 3 years now, and I don't use these because they're not regular, the regular Rider-Waite. But what a beautiful card. So I'm getting this, basically confirms what I said earlier. If somebody's being disrespectful, crossing boundaries, talking about things that are inappropriate, you have every right to be assertive and speak out. Let them know that it's none of their business, that you don't want to talk about it, or you can end the conversation, or you don't appreciate the way they're speaking to you, they're being disrespectful. You teach people how to treat you. It's okay to speak out. It's okay to be assertive. It's okay to let people know when they've disrespected you and crossed a boundary. As long as you do it in a way that doesn't, let's say, ruin your peace. It's all about you being happy, you being peaceful. It's not about your blood pressure being raised. It's not about you getting angry. It's all about you keeping your peace, your sanity, and your happiness. You can speak out. There are a lot of people that just shut up and take shit, and they keep their tongues closed and they keep their mouth shut because they want to keep the peace. As long as you are honest and truthful and you take care of yourself, it doesn't matter how other people respond to you. Okay? If people are getting out of hand, sometimes you do have to yell. Sometimes you do have to raise your voice. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself and get a little aggressive. But most times you don't have to. You can be assertive and cool, calm, and collected. The bottom line is that you have every right to speak out. You have every right to have your feelings and your say. Don't let people steamroller you and walk all over you. That's right, Michelle. Strong boundaries are needed. There's nothing wrong with strong boundaries. Trust me. When you have strong boundaries, people respect you. It's kind of like that saying, good fences make good neighbors. It's all about the boundaries. All right, folks. Now, let's put one more. One more from the regular arcana. The regular Rider-Waite. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, anything else about tomorrow that you would like people that are watching live or in the replay know? What kind of Thanksgiving can they expect tomorrow? What kind of Thanksgiving can they expect tomorrow? The High Priestess, dark to light. There's going to be a lot of secrets revealed. Okay? Tomorrow's going to be very powerful. The High Priestess is all about secrets. So there are going to be a lot of family members that have too much to drink and they're going to spill a lot of dirt. So you're going to find out a lot of dirt tomorrow, from dark to light, a lot of secrets. Okay? Five of Pentacles. There are going to be a lot of people, don't bet. I'm getting there's a lot of people that are betting on football games, and they're going to be a lot of sports betting. And tomorrow is not a good day to bet because a lot of people are going to lose money with bets. So it's not a good day to place bets. And Mercury is in retrograde. So I feel a lot of bets and any money it's not a good day to, to sign contracts, do money. But I'm getting, there's a lot of people that are going to bet on games and sports books, and you can bet online now with, I forget the name of something Kings, where you can place bets online with a lot of the games, and people are going to lose their shirts. So not a good day for betting because you're going to lose money. Okay. And the last card is the Emperor card, God and being thankful. Okay. This is my God card, and it's all about authority. So I'm getting tomorrow that, I wonder if Trump's going to speak, because this is my authority card. It's my Trump card, my God card, and authority card. There might be an announcement from President Trump tomorrow, okay? I don't know if he's planned to speak, but he might have some good news tomorrow, okay? Not guaranteed, but I have a feeling that Trump might speak tomorrow and there might be some good news. Even if that doesn't happen, I'm getting that make sure to thank God and say your prayers. God is very much large and in charge. God is going to bless us tomorrow. And I'm getting that God is going to send a lot of loving and calm energy for a lot of people to get through. And I'm also getting, if there's situations in which you feel like you're going to lose your cool, just sit there and say, let go, let God, let go and let God. But I really feel there's going to be some kind of situation tomorrow. Oh, he is going to talk tomorrow. I did not know that. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel Benson, our soul brother, just let us know that Trump is supposed to have a speech tomorrow. Okay. I did not know that. Okay. So thank you for confirming that. I feel Trump is going to talk tomorrow. Something about defense. Something about our defense. And he's going to be talking tomorrow about something. All right. And it's going to be some good news. Okay. So it'll be interesting to hear. Okay. Tomorrow, we're going to hear some good news from Trump. Something about defense and borders. And something that's going to make us very, very happy. Okay? So very interesting tomorrow. All right, folks. So tomorrow's speech should be very interesting. I'm wondering what Trump has to tell us. Okay? Because it's going to be some good news. Make us happy. I hope it's about money. I really hope it's about money. I hope it's about the $2,000 or something like that, but very, very interesting. All right, folks, I'm going to get going. I am wishing you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. I am very, very thankful and happy for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your love, your support, your viewership, your comments. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I wish that we could all have an epic Thanksgiving together. Maybe someday soon there'll be a party and we will have a Soul Tribe party. Thank you, Ocean Odell and Tammy, for being here and being on Troll Patrol and spreading your light and love. All right, my Soul Tribe family, I will be on Friday night. I am having a psychic live on Friday night. People have already started to ask questions. They go quick. So if you want to make sure you get in, make sure you ask your questions. The thumbnail and the links underneath the show, this special way, I have a method to my madness on Friday nights. I make sure there's a certain amount of yes or no questions and there's a certain amount of year-end, I already did all my year-end prediction readings. Now I'm doing New Year prediction readings. So I have a certain amount of New Year prediction readings and a certain amount of yes and no questions because I don't want to be on for 3 hours. I made it so that I'm only going to answer 22 questions. So once I'm sold out, I'm sold out. There's only a certain amount of each question. And once I'm done, I'm done. All right. So get your questions in. I love you all. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your day tomorrow. Have fun. Try not to pig out too much, but enjoy yourselves. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you all. God bless you. Bye. See you Friday.